everyone. I'm so excited to be here. Hello, LifeVantage, and hello, guests. If you're a guest, big virtual shout out to you because I was a guest 5.5 years ago before I heard of this amazing company. And I'm going to go through quickly I'm going to try to get through as quick as I can. There's some information here. We're going to talk about the company story, the product story, and of course, the opportunity to share these products like I do and become an entrepreneur. But before I do that, I'm just going to go to my quick story. I got into network marketing as an entrepreneur in the wellness arena 14 years ago this month, March of 2007. I was happily working as a wholesale mortgage rep. I got my fancy honors degree from UC Berkeley, and I just thought I was living the dream. My husband and I both had more than six-figure incomes. We had 2 kids, no debt. Life was good, except for one day when I went to pick up my baby girl. My son was 7. My daughter was almost 1. If you can see that picture, that's my memories. This was taken the month I joined. And my nanny told me that my daughter took her first steps. And it just, I don't know if it was a wrong day or the wrong mood. It burned me to the core. And I remember just holding my daughter crying. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, what else? I just remember sitting in that driveway. Like, what else am I going to miss? See, I love working. I'm not afraid of work, but I also loved being a mom. Any moms out there can relate. I know we got a couple that are 3 that are going to share their stories later. And so I thought there's got to be a better way. So someone introduced me to the opportunity to share a health product and make money. And they paraded people like me, making all this money, da, 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 da. I was like, no way. I didn't think that was possible. I'm like, if I could just make a few $100 a month, I'll be happy. But sure enough, in 7 months, I quit my full-time 6-figure job. In 8 months, I replaced my 6-figure income. In 15 months, I tripled it. Results not typical. This is just my story. And I have been a full-time entrepreneur in wellness since 2007. And now my passion is not only to travel the world when it opens back up. Right now, we've been traveling through Zoom to help people get healthy through products and education, which you'll see a little bit of that tonight, but also to help people become wellness entrepreneurs. We're not going to make any claims here tonight to prevent, treat, diagnose, mitigate any diseases. But if you're like me, you know that the world's getting sicker, right? Anybody know anyone that's been sick, or dying or whatever? It's not a pretty sight. We can do things to make ourselves healthier, to live longer, healthier lives, right? It's not how many years you have in your life either. For me, it's how much life you have in your years. So I am all about being healthy. So give me a second to share my screen. And I'm going to go through some information with you. Don't worry if I talk really fast, which I promise I do, because this will be recorded and eventually be out to you guys so that you could watch it. But just give me a second, view slideshow. Okay. Sarah, I don't know if you can undo your camera. You're the only one just give me a thumbs up that you can see LifeVantage. We're good? Okay. All right. So disclosures. I might talk about money. It's not typical, da, 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 takes hard work, etc. Blah, blah, blah. And by the way, my organization does over 1 million, like 1.4 million. So I'm definitely not average. Just kidding. We're going to talk a little bit today. I'm trying to keep it light here about flipping the switch. And why do we want to flip the switch in ourselves? Someone asked me today on Facebook, hey, what kind of supplements do you sell? I'm like, oh, this whole thing about supplements. Supplements are usually giving your body something it is lacking. For example, if you are lacking in iron, you might want to supplement with iron. Or if you're lacking in vitamin D, you want to supplement. But what we do here is in the category, because there's only drugs or supplements, there's nothing in between, but we do something different. We are activators. We are going to teach you how to activate your body. And why do we need to activate our body? So before I'm going to tell you what we do, I'm going to tell you why we do it. And it's because we are being hijacked every day. What do you mean, Tara? Well, all the food we eat, the water we drink. I mean, I drink filtered, ionic, supercharged alkaline water every day, but not most people do. Because in our food supply, there's heavy metals. There's a deficiency of minerals because we're growing crops on the same land over and over and over and over again. You can't make new minerals. Once they're leached from the dirt, you can't make new ones, right? You got to do things and they're not doing that. So our foods are poor in minerals, pesticides to keep them growing. And plain and simply, I know this looks good, but it's not good for you, right? Pizza and French fries. Environment, look around, pollution, you know, if you're just getting too much sun, household cleaners, beauty products, ladies, there's so many dirty beauty products, hair, skin, nails, makeup, all the things, mold, right? This is our environment. Personal, you know, not sleeping, inactivity. They say that lethargy means sitting for long periods of time, is like the new smoking. It's so bad for us. It's killing people. And then speaking of smoking, one of the best things you can do if you're a smoker is quit smoking. Too much alcohol, overwork, stress, you know, all this stuff is taking a toll on us. And oh my gosh, technology. Please, by all means, at least put this a few feet from you every night or as far as you can. There's nothing that can't. My phone goes into sleep mode. It goes, I don't have my phone in my bed. Some people sleep with them in their chest. I'm like, oh. So all this blue lights, EMFs, these are taking a toll on our body, right? Did you know, this is startling, that over 85,000 chemicals have been introduced to our bodies since the Industrial Revolution. So maybe your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparent didn't need the supplements you are gonna need because they didn't have the environment that you are living in. They didn't have it. In fact, cell phones, for example, is only like 25 years old or something. You know, all of these things is, you know, it's gotten worse. So an entire human existence, whether you think that's hundreds of years, thousands of years, or millions of years, oh, if let's say it's 1,000,000 years, let's say 10,000, doesn't matter. In the last 200, our environment has completely changed. We went from 97% of like Americans and most people in you know, culturized societies, 97% of Americans being a farmer to everybody being living in cities and everything. Like now it's a small amount of farmers, right? So this is taking a toll on us and is getting worse every single year. Right? So you can do your best to eliminate things. You can buy organic food. You can buy, you know, drink filtered water. You can, you know, try to move around. I mean, my Apple Watch tells me, get up and stand. You haven't stood in a few months, you know, get up, move around, right? You can try to do things, but this is part of life in the world we live in, right? People are busy, they're working, they're stressed, right? And this is dimming the lights. And I heard a great analogy the other day. They said, in old cars, before they had all the, you know, the panels and electron, there used to be just one red light. And they called it the idiot light because they said even an idiot would know that when that red light goes on, you need to take your car in. That's like the check engine light, right? Well, this is going on. All of this is dimming our lights. And so this is causing us a lot of problems. And I'll forget the major problems like disease, like our #1 killer is heart disease, right? But what does it feel like when your idiot light's on, when your red light, I don't mean that, but when your red light's on, you know, they would break the light and be like, the light's bothering me, they would break it, but the car was still broken, right? What does it feel like when your check engine light is? Decreased immune system, right? I don't know if you can flash or put in the, like, how important is your immune health to you right now? More than ever. I have never thought about my immune system more than I have in the last year. And I'm sure that's pretty common because I know the statistics of what the products in the immune category are doing. They are exploding. People are searching and buying solutions, right? Brain fog. Oh my gosh, not being able to remember your kid's name. You're like, oh, this is my, what's your name again, right? Sluggishness. Bad mood, lack of motivation, no energy to get that exercise that you need, increased stress, fatigue. And I know that all of you are probably like, yep, right? So what's really happening? Well, we have 3 major causes of what's called the overall aging process. Now, aging is going to happen. You cannot stop it, but it's accelerating unbelievably fast right now in the last couple hundred, and it's getting worse and worse because of our environments that I just told you about. So you can't stop that, but you can stop it from accelerating so much. You can pump the brakes a little bit. And one of those major theories is oxidative stress, which you guys know, and we'll talk about that. Mitochondrial decline, these are big words. Don't worry, I'm going to give it to you in geeky terms, and I'm going to give it to you so you can understand. So let's talk about oxidative stress first, right? These theories, the science goes back now over 60 years. They discovered that in our cells, we have the ability, if we could biohack into them and turn these little things on, that the environment we live in and the amount of enzymes and survival gene activity was once enough. Now we have a bad environment. What if we could get those enzymatic activity and all those things that are going to help us, indigenous antioxidants, all these things? What if we could get it and turn it on so that we could better match the environment we live in? Because evolution doesn't take place that fast, folks. It takes thousands or tens of thousands or millions of years for evolution. Bad environment the last 200 years, we have not evolved to cope with it, and it's literally killing us, right? But your genes have the credibility to keep you healthy. What if you could leverage those genes with a flip of a switch? Would you, right? And you can tell if you're wondering at the end if our energy drink works, it does. Okay, so oxidative stress. What is oxidative stress? Well, the reason they have an apple here is because one of the things you can visually see is that when you cut this apple and you leave it out, what happens to it? It is going to start turning brown. That is because the apple is reacting with the oxygen, and it's causing like a layer to form to protect the rest of the apple. It starts to get hard and dried out. It's almost like a scab, right? And that's the oxygen. You can also see it in a nail rusting, right? Well, I don't want to call anybody's out because I can't even see your faces, but whether you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, whatever you are, imagine that your mother put a shiny nail on the windowsill of her house and she kept it there, or on the porch. Would that nail be shiny today? Probably not. For some of you, you're like, that nail be falling apart, right? But what if she cleaned it with an antioxidant every day, shined it up every day, every day, every day? Well, that's what happens probably for the first 20 years of your life. Is your antioxidant activity is so high, it doesn't slow down until the late teens, early 20s. And that's when the aging process starts. So every time you breathe air, you exercise, your body has to do any metabolic process, you are creating these oxygen molecules that are damaging your cells. But because of all the reasons I listed in the first page, that's happening faster than it should. And this is known as oxidative stress. Again, we don't make any claims to complete disease, but there's been over 220,000 studies published, almost 250,000 studies on something, I promise you it's important, that link it to being one of the contributing major causes of diseases like heart disease and cancer and all these things that we don't want. Okay, a lot of things that contribute to those, but oxidative stress is one of the things that they say is the most impactful on the aging. And aging is nothing more than the progressive accumulation of this oxidative stress, which is rusting. So do we want that? We don't. Unfortunately, well, fortunately, your body has enzymes in every cell, antioxidants, that shiny little stuff that keep it shiny. But as you age, it declines. So what does this do? Well, if you flip the NRF2 switch, then you can rev up the antioxidant production in your own bodies by the trillions. I don't even know. It's so much. You can't even do it on a calculator. Try it. So you have approximately 37 trillion cells, 37 trillion cells. And every one of these has these enzymes. There's superoxide dismutase, there's called SOD. And every molecule of that is 1 million antioxidants. And you have those molecules in all 37 trillion cells. So just for fun, let's just pretend you only had 10 of these in each cell. And that's 370 trillion molecules, right? 370 trillion. Well, taking the NRF2 increases that entire production by 30%. Oh, wait, 30%. That's an extra quadrillion antioxidants you would produce. Let me just put it in terms that you'll understand. A serving of blueberries is 7,000. So quadrillions or 7,000. And they keep producing these enzymes. This is why it lowers oxidative stress in your whole body, in all the humans and the dogs, because we have a dog product, and the mice ever tested by an average of 40% in the first 30 days. And some studies went on to lower it by 70% in 90 days. Guys, this is significant and it's extraordinary. And this is the product that put us on the map in 2003. There was an ABC Primetime investigative report which showed that this did this, right? So when in lower oxidative stress, you're keeping your cells healthy, everything works better, and you have a nice, clean, shiny cell instead of a degraded one. Now, this is kind of the quote. You can go to Washington State University or Google it to get the real quote, but the real quote makes it seem like we're making claims, so we can't say the real quote. NRF2 is likely to be the most important promoting approach in the foreseeable future. NRF2 may become the most extraordinary breakthrough. The most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of health. And people, there are over 14,000 studies on NRF2. It is a big deal. 18 years on the market, over 20 million bottles sold, and I will take it every single day for the rest of my life. You can find 26 studies on PubMed, making it the most scientifically studied product and the only one to extend life in any mammal, which was male mice. Okay. And here's the approach. Again, as you age, so from 20 to 40 to 60 to 80, your antioxidant production slows. So this is before Protandim NRF2. Are you ready? I'm gonna get my bottle. It's gonna drive me crazy. It dropped on the floor. Okay. This is the best. This is our hero product, right? And look at after. In everyone of every age, it literally changed it back to when you producing the amount of enzymes and lowering the oxidative stress, increasing the antioxidants like you were in your 20s. Yes, please. That's why I'm 72. Don't I look amazing? Ah, just kidding. I'm not 72. All right. So watch this. Don't believe me? Go to PubMed, the National Library, put in Protandim and look what you can find. Oh, Harvard, Colorado State, American Aging Association, Journal of Dietary Supplements, National Institute of Aging, Ohio State Enzyme Research, Texas Tech, American Heart Association, American Journal of Physiology. And these are absolutely accredited places. And you know what? Here's the crazy thing. And Skip Campbell, my bestie he's a chiropractor, he says it's unbelievable. Look around. Nobody else is spending their research dollars on your product except for the company. We have all these institutions around the world, and then some that aren't even listed here in other countries that are spending their money on our product. Why? Because what it does is so significant. I know it almost sounds too good to be true, but it's not. Okay. So after 12 years, 13 years on the market, our scientific team said, okay, if the NRF2 pathway is antioxidant, what other pathways are significant when it comes to long-term health? And they're like, okay, you got 37 trillion cells, and every cell, you have a mitochondria, right? Let's just pretend my little case here is a cell. You know, we think, oh, there's the mitochondria, there's the chromosomes, there's the DNA. No, your cells have hundreds of mitochondria, and your heart and your brain cells have like 2,000 mitochondria in a single cell. Oh, Tara, why? Ask me, why? Oh, because your heart has to pump blood for miles a day, all day, every day for 75 to 80 years without ever taking a break. It requires a lot of energy, but over time, that energy starts to diminish. Your mitochondria start to die off and they don't replace it. They get damaged. So do you want to rev up the power, right? And this is why people, when they're unhealthy and they get older, they start feeling less and less energy. Guys, it doesn't have to be that way. I heard something so mind-blowing that I have to share it with the world. I'm a nerd. I do a lot of studying on all this health and stuff. And I heard that the genetic potential of human being, the lifespan of humans is 120 to 140. The oldest recorded human lived to 167. Yo, why are we dying at 75 on average in the United States? Because of all these things. We are genetically programmed, as is all over the blue zones, all over the world, to be able to celebrate 20-year wedding, 100-year wedding anniversaries and 100-year high school, reunions. But again, people think, oh, I don't want to live to 120. Why? What if you felt great what if old age was like 110? One of the things we have to do is keep the heart pumping. We got to keep the brain energy going. And again, you have 2,000 of these little battery packs in every single cell. What are you doing right now to care for them? The mitochondria, you have 100,000 billion mitochondria. What are you doing right now to take care of them? And most people say no, because the body's mitochondria slows over time. So we found out that NRF1, ironically NRF2, then NRF1, not the other way around, that's the scientific name, is responsible for mitochondrial biogenesis. Bio means life. Genesis means the creation of new, the creation of new life. So if you activate the NRF1 pathway, you get more mitochondria. More mitochondria, guess what? Means more energy. In fact, it is responsible, it's all 5 herbs, all of our products are naturally, increases production of NRF1 genes responsible for new mitochondria by 70%. That should get you excited, you guys. 70% more mitochondria, more, it's more all the things for you require energy for everything. Just watching this, you require energy, right? You don't have to be old, even if you are. Like, you don't have to be, that's a choice. So keep your mitochondria healthy, and it also is really extraordinarily good for your brain and for your vascular system for the reasons I just said, because they require so much energy. I'm going to keep my vascular system as healthy as I possibly can, and this is one way. So increase your production by 70% and get the power revved on, right? Okay, you guys good so far? You're understanding this? The third major theory of aging is newer. This is new. Those are like a couple decades old. This is like 10 years old. It's all the rage at Harvard and all these institutions, anti-aging, talking about the sirtuin activity. Now, sirtuins are a family of proteins. There's 7 proteins that live in your cells. It's like having 7 moms in a house or 7 CEOs. It basically tells everybody what to do. Clean your room, take out the trash, wash the windows, flush the toilet, recycle the food, grow new food, like all the things. Get the glucose in, right? Take it out. Oh, it's too hot, thermostat, everything. And it actually works with the other 2 pathways that we just talked about, which I'm going to show you works really well. But the body is constantly making new sirtuins, right? But unfortunately, same thing over time. You guys seeing a pattern? Well, along with every decade you're alive comes with a decline in these naturally, but it's being accelerated by the things I talked about, which is the environment, food, and all that, right? So your NAD pathway it's a necessary enzyme to produce sirtuins. And what it does is it increases your sirtuin activity 100% in 24 hours. 100% in 24 hours. Some other products on the market that are synthetic, they're like, oh, 20% increase in 30 days, 100% in 24 hours. Literally doubles it. So we're going to show you what it does. When I saw this, so basically, wouldn't you want to work on all pathways at once, right? Rev up the energy, make sure all the cells working, and keep the cells healthy and shiny and new. So, oh, I wish I could stop it right there. The gray bars, you guys, are how well the products work by themselves. So in the NRF2, the very first product I talked about, you can increase this 50% if you take this product. But if you take all 3, I'll go with my prop, in our Tri-Synergizer, you can increase it 838%. Do you want 50% better or 838%, right? The NAD, do you want to increase your NAD by 12% or 226%? What that tells you is the products are working on pathways that enhance each other and multiply each other. So our products work good alone. They work great alone. This is enough to have 26 published peer-reviewed studies, right? Over 30, but only 26 are published and peer-reviewed, right? But they work exponentially better. This works, what is it? 1,700% better with its friends, right? 1 + 1 isn't, or 1 + 1 isn't 3. It's 1,700% better. So you can get good results or you can get extraordinary results, right? That's your choice. Okay. That's why we call this a Tri-Synergizer, because they work together. So, Are you ready to flip your switch? Like, I'm going to tell you this, not because I sell the products or this. I sell the products because I knew I'd want to take them. Guys, I did research. I had done 170, $80 million in sales before I got here. Believe me when I say, I'll save you some heartache. I did extraordinary research, flew to the company twice, and I knew that I would take this product for the rest of my life. So I thought, why wouldn't I want to market it and share that, knowing what it does, right? So what does it do? Supports mood and motivation, healthy longevity, not years in life, life in years, right? Life in years is what our goal is. Improve focus and mental and concentration. That alone should get you excited. Mental and physical energy so you can move, and moving your body is increased, anti-aging. Supports healthy inflammatory response and supports your healthy vascular system. Guys, that is what keeps your heart going, and we don't want heart problems, right? Okay, so this is what's great. You can get it in bottles, you can get packs. I actually love the little packs because I just throw it in my purse or my pocket or wherever, in suitcase, but you can get either one. Guys, it's free shipping and it comes with a 30-day money back guarantee. For $5 a day, you can have all of those benefits and know that it's working on a cellular level. It is working with your DNA. It's not just giving you something, it is changing things in your environment. It's epigenetics, and your people are getting extraordinary results. So I don't have time to go through all of the products, but I'll just tell you that we invented a way to get into your skin through the NRF pathway, right? And so it works to detoxify, to rebuild collagen, elastin, all that stuff. You don't need to put ingredients on your face. You need to wake up the genes of your face or your skin that know what to do. It's unbelievable. So it works topically. We also have gut health, who 74 or 78% of Americans have gut issues. We got probiotics, we got prebiotics. And I'll tell you, our science team really gives amazing, they use the best products available with the most science. So you can just relax and be sure, like I am, that I know that none of our products are ever going to have any garbage ingredients or be toxic. Like our skincare, our hair care, are by third party. They won Stevie Awards and they have all these non-toxic awards. Like they're one. Like anything above a 4 is, don't use that much. They're 1 and 2. Like they're literally the most non-toxic stuff that you can buy, right? Pet Tandem. It's our first ingredient, our first breakthrough, plus collagen for their bones and their joints, and then some omegas for their eyes and their brain, right? And then we're launching more products, but I'll wait for that next week. But we just launched March 13th, guys, hot off the press, our daily wellness. Now, I want to tell you, I don't have a slide for that, but I'll tell you what this is proactive immunity. So many people run to the drugstore to grab the Emergen-C, which is so unhealthy in high doses that it's for an emergency, right? But why not take something every day and strengthen your immune system for people who want to be on the go, who knows what's going on, but still wants to go and still wants to go to school and work and go to the grocery store and have a little bit more assurance that they're doing everything they can to support a healthy immune system, right? We call it 5 to Thrive. Many people are already taking some of these ingredients, right? Daily Wellness is a combination of well-established and innovative ingredients proven to proactively support immune health. And it supports all 3. There's 3 types of immune health, and most are just doing one. We're the only product, I believe I read somewhere, that are working on all 3. So a lot of people have heard of vitamin C. It shouldn't be taken in high doses. Look that up. A lot of people have heard of vitamin D. And by the way, vitamin D is the #1 deficiency in the world. Fun fact. Zinc, so good. Oh my gosh, zinc is it's one of the things you should take every day. Elderberry. Now it's funny because I was taking elderberry gummies, and the amount was like 1/4, and I was spending $16 a month on these gummies, plus buying vitamin C, plus zinc, plus I was spending so much money buying these. I should have brought my bottles in there. I take a picture, I put them on my Facebook, all that. But here's the real magic: is it a fermented yeast? There has been 8 human clinical studies on this. And if you want to see those, we'll give them to you. But this is the hero product. It literally boosts your immune system in 24 hours. You guys, it gets all the things working. 8 human clinical studies. So these are the claims we can tell you legally. It improves your immune response, boosts your body's response to stresses, supports everyday health and well-being, supports your respiratory and sinus health, and supports a balanced gut microbiome, which, by the way, That's where your immune system originates, is in your gut. So we have it bundled with our flagship product or by itself. I promise you, I take this every day. Please believe me, it's amazing. So as you guys can see, I don't think anyone is anywhere doubting if I believe in what I do. And the reason I built a team of, I don't know, over 86,000 people now worldwide in 5.5 years is because I know these products work. I understand the science, but don't worry, we have presentations, we have videos. I've been doing this every day for 5.5 years. I get it. But when I first started, I was just sharing videos, right? And sharing stories with people, right? And so I decided to build a business with LifeVantage, and it pays me a lot of money. I'll show you the income disclosure statement. So we're 11 years old. Prior to that, we were a retail company on the shelves at CVS and GNC and Vitamin Shop and other places. We were selling half a bottle per store per month until the ABC primetime hit. And they didn't know what to do when millions of people started calling in and the penny stock went up overnight. It was crazy, but it was a couple doctors in a lab. So in 2009, they decided to put it in the hands of people like me who were excited about it, right? And we just were founded with one product. And within a few years, it went from like a $10 million a year company to $200 million a year. We're publicly traded on NASDAQ. We're a debt-free company. Our board is people from like executives from Coca-Cola, Airbnb, Amazon, the #1 biggest company in the world, SC Johnson, right? But more importantly, when you're making a business decision, is like, we don't sell products, we solve problems. And wellness is not only something that is a problem for most people, that's something they want to be proactive about for the rest of their life. And never in history have people been more concerned with their health. Their immune products went from like a 1.5% from 2019 to 2018 to 2019. From 2019 to 2020, they increased like, I don't know, 18% or something. It was like a unbelievable jump, right? Because people are investing money. 60% increase in wellness sales in the last 8 years. Compared to other categories, it is exploding. So timing and marketability, I mean, everyone, I wish I could recall, I don't know if Chrissy Vogt, if you're on here, she was talking about how supplement sales are surging right now. I'll try to find it while we're, I'll try to find it. It's incredible. Oh, here we go. The highest, or let's see, supplement industry observed its highest growth in over 2 decades, with a 12.1 increase in 2020. You guys, if that doesn't get you excited, you're not an entrepreneur. Like, for an entrepreneur who loves people, loves health and wellness, that gets me excited. People are looking for solutions. And I just showed you that we have strong, science-backed, proven solutions, right? So 2017, people wanted cosmetics. 2018, they wanted wellness, right? And it's only gotten better. So why is it the perfect model? Because COVID or not, crisis or not, lockdown or not, it never changed my business. I went from meeting in person to talking to people in person to talking to them on the Zoom. We can work from home or anywhere. I have a virtual office, no business assets except for a couple lights, computers, and a couple phones, and like just stuff that I would normally have in my house probably anyway. No inventory. These are empty bottles, right? These are empty, they're props, right? I use what me and my family use. That's all I order. I don't have to order for anybody. They order directly from my website. Low cost to entry, get in where you fit in. We'll show you a couple options in a minute. Social sharing. I always tell people we're the first generation in human history that can build a global business from a device that fits in our pocket. And you should see the milestones and the advances our app department has made. It is extraordinary. You could literally share it and do everything from our app. You've got a personal online store. You can get paid daily. And most importantly, you can travel. Oh, I love traveling. I just got back from Marco Island. I can't even count anymore how many free trips I have been on just with this company in the last 5 years. So here's an annual earnings disclosure statement, right? So say you just want to earn an extra $500-600 a month. That's what our average Pro 3 does. A Pro 3 has a business that's got about $5,000 in sales every month going through your organization through customers and distributors, right? That's about 50 customers ordering $100. It's not a lot. Most people can do that very part-time, and the average income is about $8,000 a year or so, $7,500 a year. It's not going to pay all your bills, but it'll pay for all of your LifeVantage products and probably put some money in your pocket. Pro 5s, we got a Pro 5 on this call tonight. You're going to hear from her in a minute, and some Pro 4s that are about to be Pro 5. Pro 5's organization is doing about $20,000 a month in sales, and it's a few $1,000s a month on average, right? It's not going to pay all your bills. It's a great part-time income, especially for people who are a second income or want to do like what I did and stay home with my kiddos, or maybe supplement in retirement, whatever it is. It's a great part-time income. For our more full-time income is our Pro 7. That's an organization that's doing $100,000 in sales every single month, and the average income is about $165,000 a year. We have lots of those. So you can kind of see whatever your goals are, we can show you how to do it, and it shows you the average months to it. And like I said, I'm a Pro 9, but I'm definitely not average. Just kidding. Okay, so enrollment packs, it's $50 to start, and you can buy whatever product you want, or we have some packs that you can see have 30 to 35% savings. It depends on how much inventory you want to share, use for yourself, give away, sell, use as samples, whatever. And again, get in where you fit in. We can discuss, the person that invited you can discuss what level would be appropriate for you to start your business. I love our enrollment pack platinum because it comes with the little displays, and it really is a business in a box, but that's just my personal thing. And so I know you're asking me, can I do this? Well, I'm going to bring on a couple people. The first one I'm going to bring is funny because she's 32, and I changed her diapers when, 32 years ago and 31 years ago, because it is my niece. It's my oldest sister's daughter and her best friend and business partner. And they moved here. Not moved here. I live in California. We've all lived in California, and I moved to Arizona. A couple months later, they moved out to Texas with their husbands and their little babies that were almost one at the time, now are 3. And they started a business, and they've been sharing the LifeVantage products through that business. So I will let them come on. Shauna, are you ready, sister? This is my niece, and she is a Pro 4. Are you ready?
I'm here. Yeah. Can you see me?
Okay. I can't see you.
Oh, there I am.
There you are. So Shauna, Pro 4, almost Pro 5. You've got your gym, you guys got your babies, but just share everyone a few minutes with, kind of like why you're excited, who you are, what you do, and why you're excited about LifeVantage, and how you share with not only your clients, but your friends and family.
Absolutely. So Caitlin's down here, my best friend here, my business partner. As she said, we moved to Texas. We've both had a huge heart and passion in fitness. Nutrition has been a huge part of our lives too. And going on into fitness and nutrition, we felt like there was something missing. And we did all these research, this research on other supplement. We actually tried to partner with a couple supplement companies, and I just read into all the ingredients and all the stuff that came into these supplements, and I took them myself, and it didn't feel right. I didn't feel like I was getting the most out of them. And so after having my daughter and having chronic headaches, it's awful. So I decided to reach out to my aunt and get back on the little yellow pill, and my headaches went away in 30 days. My best friend had chronic migraines, and actually ocular migraines are what they called. And she hasn't had a migraine in months. And so that was just a huge thing for us. And so owning a gym and being able to display these products and talk to our people about these products, it was just easy. It just like kind of rolled off the tongue for us. And all of our members are on these products. They rave about them. They love them. I share on social media annoyingly about these products. I do live videos. I put, my daughter in these videos, and I take pictures, and I have a ton of family members on these products. I have a ton of friends in California on these products, and all the stories and feedback I get from these supplements are just incredible. I mean, people get rid of back pain. Had a ton of friends with migraines that have not had migraines in months. People can run again, which is really cool because, the knee joint is heavy for people as you get older. I have my dad who's had multiple surgeries and can't find one thing to make him feel better. He's finally starting to feel better. So it's just, it's not just about the products for me. It's about the stories and about how people feel on these products, and the fact that they're 100% clean and natural. That makes it an easy sell for me because I take the products, I love them, I feel amazing on them. And it just having, you know, all these people thank me just for putting them on a supplement that, you know, you go to CVS and you buy, and I have to tell them, you know, well, you buy this, you spend this amount of money, but you get this, and this actually does this for your body. You know, they listen, and it's really cool to be a part of not only their fitness journey, their nutrition journey, but now their wellness journey, because I mean, we found a ton of lifers here that are with us, and it's just growing, and it's absolutely amazing. And now one of our really good friends has joined our team after being on the products for a while, and she's really excited to get started, and she owns a CBD shop. So it's really like pulling the whole tripod for us, which is the fitness, nutrition, and wellness part of it. And it makes it so easy to talk to people about and to start them on. And I mean, we give out samples all the time, and I mean, people just fall in love with these products, and it just makes us, you know, that much happier that we're on different parts of journeys with them in their lives. And we get to see the progress. So it's really cool.
Well, you're definitely doing amazing things, and it's so fun to watch because, again, this is my niece, you guys, and it's fun to watch you succeed in building your business. And while building a business with toddlers, these two, again, Caitlin's sitting there with her two toddlers, moving to a state where they knew nobody and building a business from the ground up and building a LifeVantage to almost Pro 5. I know this is your month, girl. I know it. So we'll go there. But again, you know, just sharing with people. So thank you. If you know any gym owners, you don't have to be a gym owner, but it certainly has helped to, you know, share with people that are on a fitness journey. So thank you. I love that. Now we're going to go from Texas over to Colorado. Miss Sarah came into my life 4.5 years ago. I was put on a call with her from our dear friend, Christy. And Sarah, I'll let her share her story, but Sarah also was an entrepreneur and just loved the idea of helping people get healthy. She's a mom now of 2 and a wife. And I just love your story, Sarah, because, you know, this woman, if I just brag on her for a second. So we have this bonus pool, and over December was about $150 a share. And Sarah said that every time I get in this bonus pool in December, I'm going to give it to someone in need. And she gave out, how much did you give out? $600?
Yeah, I won it. I earned it 4 times, so close to 6.
Close to $600 to people in need. Yeah, and that's the great thing is, like, you know, when you do things that are magnificent and you help a lot of people, you can make a lot of money, but you don't make a lot of money in our type of business without helping a whole lot of people. And then if you do make a lot of money, you're able to help a whole lot of people even more. So Sarah, she's a Pro 5. Share with everybody your story.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy because my story has evolved so much over the last 4 years. And for a little background, I went the traditional route after high school. I did what you're supposed to do. I went to college. I got 2 bachelor's degrees. I went into the corporate world, and I was in the medical field for 13 years. So when LifeVantage was presented to me, I was actually the director of a nursing home when I had landed that job. It was my dream job. And I didn't realize just the unprecedented amount of stress that it was going to be between census and budget concerns and having to let people go. It was really, really deeply affecting my mental health. I would be driving home 2 to 3 hours or 2 to 3 hours late every night, sobbing, and then wiping away the tears, painting a smile on my face, and going into my house to act tough and act strong because I didn't want my family to see me hurting. And I was drowning. I needed to be saved, and LifeVantage was my lifeboat. And I ran hard. As soon as I joined, I ran hard. I ran fast. In 7 months, I went to Pro 5. And it was incredible. And I was, at the time, my then boyfriend, my husband now, we decided I was able to walk away from the stress, and I was able to put my full focus on my family and my business. But this is not some story of my Olympic style ascension to the top, because as we've all experienced before, sometimes life happens. And about a year into leaving my position at the nursing home, my husband and I got engaged, we got married, I got pregnant with our daughter. We have a 15-year-old and a 1-year-old. But my husband and I also suffered a huge amount of loss between both our families. So for a period of time, all I had inside of me was the ability to support my team, support my customers, but that's all I had left in me. And that's a luxury. Taking a step back, that's a luxury that you don't get in the corporate world. If you have to take a step back and take a breather, you're usually gone. They usually find a replacement. So I give so much glory to our retention, because while everything was happening in life, while life was happening around us and we were dealing with everything, we still remained a dual income household. We had that beautiful retention because our products are unlike anything so many of us have ever experienced, that I still got to help support my family, even in those trying times. And after welcoming our daughter into the world in February of 2020, before the whole world around us seemed to collapse, I suffered severe medical complications that resulted in multiple surgeries, multiple hospital stays. I was on a wound vac for 4 months. I had home health care for 6 months. It was a crazy point in my life. But as crazy as I am, in the height of a world in crisis, my husband gone 4 to 5 days out of the week because he is a rancher and it was calving season. I had a newborn. I had a wound vac. I had home health aides. I had an 8th grader who I was trying to keep his head above water in online schooling, and essentially teaching my 11-year-old niece 5th grade because my sister and brother-in-law are essential workers. I decided I miss it. I miss that world. I'm jumping back into the fold head first. It was actually a year ago today that I jumped on a Zoom with Christy Vogt and said, I want to get back to work. And I wasn't going to let the world happen around me anymore. In a world that I didn't seem to have a lot of control over, I had control over my business. I had control over who I helped, whose life I made an impact on, whose hope I brokered. I had control over that. And the best way, I live by this, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. I live by that. When you put it out there to help the world and help whoever needs it, it comes back to you. Everything you've wanted comes to fruition. So I'm not stopping. Outside of my family, nothing makes me happier than doing this. And we are so lucky. I feel like these last 4 years were just the pregame. This was just the pregame. Things are just getting started with everything that's coming out, the new products we're developing, and the ability that we have to help people. I truly, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I truly, truly thank the universe, thank the Lord every day that someone loved me enough to introduce me to this, because it has changed not just my world, but so many others.
Well, I love that. And that's the power of leveraged income. You build it once, and you build a team of distributors and customers, and every time they ordered, whether you were working your business or not, or being with your family, you continue to get paid on those orders. So that's the one thing, is like, you build it and it could pay you for years and years and years. So I know, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm so busy. So was I don't have any experience. Either did I. The great thing about it is that we can teach you. People thinking, can I do this? We have global support. We have an easy system, ITT. You invite people to a tool, like this is a tool to share the information so you don't have to sound like me until you're ready to. We have meetings, team meetings, trainings, skill set, mindset, leadership, global events, online events. Hopefully when we back open, global events in person. Right now we're virtual, private communities and support, and we will teach you how to crawl, walk, and run at your own pace. Again, if you're passionate about health and wellness like we are, and so many thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of people, then you can turn that passion into an income. When I was happily a wholesale mortgage rep making an unbelievable income, and never dawned on me to start a business until someone said, hey, you might be interested in this, because I am personally interested in health and wellness. And I was able to turn that in to, I don't even know if I can say this, millions and millions and millions of dollars in income over the last 14 years while raising my 3 kids. I think I forgot that part of my story, that after I started in 2009, I had my 3rd child, and she's never known a mom to work. And after 5 years in the industry, I was able to also bring my husband home full-time. And now for the last 8-9 years, my kids have had 2 full-time work from home parents. I am not a stay-at-home mom. I am a work from home mom that I get to do it when I want, where I want, with who I want, and I get to help people. So thank you guys for sticking with us. I know it's a little long tonight, but I hope that you enjoyed hearing the LifeVantage story, and I look forward to hearing your story. Thanks guys so much, and we'll see you soon. And I hope I'm the first person to officially welcome you to LifeVantage.